This is At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga on 104.5 The Team, ESPN Radio.
And as we come back, let us remind you that At the Post Live, Serling on Saratoga is coming to you live from the Parting Glass Pub in downtown Saratoga and is presented by Naira Bets. Join Naira Bets and earn up to 50,000 points and $100 cash bonus using promo code SUNRISE. Sign up at NairaBets.com. Naira Bets, racing's best play. So it's a very French night here on At the Post Live, and my third guest is only here because his daughter is my intern. And Christophe, you wouldn't even come up here if Charlotte wasn't the intern, the unpaid intern, no less.
I agree.
You guys really let it work a deal. You and I have to clear something up. So Christophe comes on we do a live show called Belmont Live. We're at Belmont. And Saratoga Live, you guys will be watching MSG Plus, Fox Sports 2, the Altitude Network if you're flying out to Denver. And it's going to be 4 to 6:30 every day. And so Christophe comes on at Belmont, which was very nice of him. And did you get any owners out of that visit, by the way? New owners? They got to be calling you up in droves, right?
No, it doesn't work that way, but I will let you know exactly.
Really? I want to know if you could. So we asked him about his 2-year-olds, and he's sort of vague. And he's pretending he's giving us something, and he's not. And he says, so I put him on the spot, and I say, do you have any 2-year-olds you want, like one horse you want to give us? And he goes, no, I got some Warfront that can run a little. So he wins with a Warfront, first time starting the turf, no less. I mean, he was thinking about turf. And after the race, you get interviewed by Migliori, and you say to him, I know Andy had this horse because I gave it to him in the air. You probably got like 7 Warfronts running around the barn.
No, I don't. I only had one filly, and she was the one.
So you had one Warfront?
I had the one. No, I've got more than one Warfront.
Oh, you do? Okay, so I'm not wrong. That was like a terrible result. I used 3 horses in the race, including your other horse, and didn't use her, and it cost me to pick 4.
Yeah, I know, but that's your fault. You're supposed to be a good handicapper, and you should have picked up the right one.
I picked the one with turf breeding. I assumed the one with turf breeding was the one that would run well. I was wrong.
Listen, I got
Talking
it
to the
right.
mic, will you?
I got it right. You got it wrong. That happens. It's okay.
So you were gloating on TV at my expense while I was at home tearing up tickets, basically.
Yeah, I love doing that. You know that, because you always usually take care of me. You know?
Right, because I come down.
Before we go any further, I need to thank Sal, because on his way out, he promised me 2 horses in training, and I thought that was so kind of him. And we all know that Chad likes to share, so I'm very, very happy to.
Really? So you got 2 horses from Sal?
Correct.
Really?
I'm very happy.
They're going to be the worst ones. I can guarantee you.
Still a pleasure.
So that's the only reason. I knew that was the only reason you came on the show. You heard Sal was going to be here, so that's why you came on. Admit it.
No,
you already basically just did.
The main reason is to be next to you. You're an icon to New York racing, and I feel good, proud. And I'm wonderful. It's a great thing to be here before the meet, and I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, as am I. And it is. It's funny with you. And all kidding, sort of my kidding aside, people think of you as a turf trainer, and obviously you've had a lot of success in the turf. But you're a very good trainer with first-time starters, turf and dirt. And this year, I hear you have some pretty good 2-year-olds, even besides just the one you didn't give me.
I've got more 2 years old than usual. So because with the number, you obviously can be a bit more aggressive. So it's probably a good thing. And
now Lull, who won, I don't know if you saw Lull, but Lull actually was very impressive in winning, dominating. Will you it's a colt? It was a colt, right?
That's a filly.
Okay. Will you be tempted to try her on the dirt, or will you stick to turf for now and point to the stakes later in the meet? Because there really won't be anywhere else to run her until the end of the meet, with anticipation or P.G. Johnson.
Yeah, correct. Or you could run her back. There's a stakes before that, which is shorter, like a sprint on the grass. And I'm not sure. Just let's see how she trains. If she shows a lot of speed, we'll go for the sprint. If not, we'll go for the stakes going longer on the turf.
Do you sometimes, if you win with a horse like that first time out on the grass, do you feel like I'll take one early shot on the dirt, see if the horse can run in the dirt, and obviously there's more lucrative positions, or do you want to stick to the turf going forward?
If they train well enough on dirt, you will take a shot. But also at some stage, we have to have a better program for 2 years old on the grass. I won a race in late May, I think, or early June with a filly at Belmont called Leaping Forest. And at the time, I was going to ship her to my brother in France to run in a grade 3, because we don't have any grade stakes until the fall in America on the turf.
Right.
And so the program is not really as good as what it should be. I never actually sent that filly to Europe because she got hurt and went to put her aside. But the bottom line is it would be great if they could improve the program a little bit to give us a chance to compete with that kind of horses. But otherwise, you could take a chance if you wanted to on the dirt. just to try and see what happens.
You're friends with Martin. Tell him to run some turf stakes a little earlier. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but I'm a friend.
He's going to listen to you more than he's going to listen to me, right?
Yeah, but he should. But I mean, I'm not.
No, he should listen to me more than you, but he listens to you more than me. So it is interesting you point that out, because turf maidens with 2-year-olds have become a much bigger part of our program in New York. We run them fairly early. I mean, we ran Epping Forest, who ran very early, more so, and we run a lot at Saratoga, both 5.5 and a mile and 16. Yet we don't actually run turf stakes until we run the 2 at the end of the meet. One's graded and one isn't.
No, I know. It's a reason why we should have probably a better. It will come, just a question of time, you know.
Except when we run up at the end of the meet, they're tough to fill. One fills and the other one doesn't, and then we end up getting fillies and colts running together.
That's okay too, by the way. I think it's only in the States where you got the 2 programs, colts and fillies. A 2-year-old filly is probably ahead of a 2-year-old colt. So I think until September, we probably should only run 1 stakes. And I think you don't need to have a 2-year-old fillies or a 2-year-old colt. You should combine them to have enough horses, and then by September, October, you should split it. Yeah.
But I actually don't. It's funny because it's tough to get those fields, but as we get towards Belmont, by the end of the meet, we run the Chelsea Flower and we run another one, and they usually get bigger fields. So let me ask you a question. You obviously had great success with Gio Ponte, and he's probably the horse that made you a household name, except it wasn't until Tonalist that I think a lot of people recognize you more. Now, Tonalist, of course, wins the dirt, and you're, once again, that turf dirt thing. Did you find after Tonalist it made people realize he's not just a guy who wins the turf, and you got more horses as a result of that?
Well, I'm a lucky guy because I've got a stable, I train for great owners, and I actually don't really have to worry about that because the stable is full. And
so you don't want any more. So you'll turn the tooth down from Saul. Saul, he's not interested.
No, I will take that.
Give him to Chad.
And I'll train for all my friends, so he's welcome. No, I mean, your Tonalist was great, and it was the icing on the cake in a way that he never showed a bad race, and even it was a lot of fun to be around him. But I don't think it actually changed the business of the stable. It did not change the bulk of my owners, and it's business as usual.
Now, it's interesting with Tonalist winning. People talk about the Derby as the race that every trainer wants to win. Do you feel that way, or do you just sort of let it come to you?
No, the Derby would be. I never even competed in the Derby, which is annoying. So the Derby is an amazing race, but for some reason, 2 or 3 other races in the States have a very strong feeling for me. One of them being the Met Mile. When I got beat last year with Tonalist, the Met Mile was very painful because I adore that race. I would have loved to win the Met Mile.
It's my favorite race as well. And Tonalist ran a winning race. I mean, the winner ran very well, but if Tonalist hadn't been eliminated at the start, it might have been a little bit closer.
Well, I thought I didn't like the way I didn't like our trip. I thought it was very aggressive, and he made the first move, but we got beat, and well done to the connection of the winner.
Well, also the Travers, because Tonalist, you and I feel very strongly that Tonalist was the best horse in that Travers. Now, a lot of people don't agree with us, but I thought he ran extremely well in there.
I agree, and I think that's why Tonalist was such a good horse. Is even his lesser races were actually good races, and he got beaten at Travers with a very aggressive ride, and I just thought at the time it was a bit more of a conservative ride. It could have been closer. Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't that he had to be taken far back, but he could have been in sort of a different position in that race. I did write down some questions to you, but I'm getting old. I just don't remember stuff like I used to.
That happens. Anyway, the main thing is we're all here. It's the day before the meet. We're going to have an amazing amount of fun with Nara. At the end of the day, it's very cheap when you think about it.
It is.
Track. And you just can't have the same kind of fun anywhere.
Well, you spend a lot of time in Saratoga. I mean, you're here off and on for 6-7 months a year, right?
Correct. I come every Monday. When we're at Belmont, I come here every Monday. I go back to Belmont on Wednesday. And it's great to be here. It's great to see horses here. I can see the second string. And it's a great place to be.
Do you like training here in the off-season, the Oklahoma?
Not very much so. So when I first did that 20 years ago, people come in town, it was very quiet, completely dead. It's not the same anymore. You still need to book a table now ahead in May or June, which had never happened before. So by the way, it's very French tonight, because you have Le Paro here as a guest. I'm here. And I just see another jockey over there with a French jockey.
Florent Giroux is here.
He's a leading jockey in the country with great stakes wins this year.
So I know. He's got 18 and Julian's got 16. Wow, you did your homework.
Always.
Do you think he'll ride for you?
Might.
Really? If you have some really good ones?
Yeah, might.
It's the first time he's ridden here. He's pretty good, by the way.
He's very good. And he did it the hard way. He came from France. He started from the bottom. He went to Chicago, Hawthorne. He did great. and he deserves a shot, and he's going to do wonderful.
Why did you decide to train in America? Because you worked for Luca Comani, is that correct? Who's one of the world's greatest trainers, and he kind of wanted you to work with him, right, and stay in France or in Europe.
Correct, yeah, Newmarket, and wonderful trainer. Newmarket at the time was one of the leading guy over there. The problem in Newmarket is you needed an enormous investment to have your own yard, and I just thought that the States would have been a better way for me to start. And a better way to get access to better horses, in a quicker way. And thank God I did it, because life has been good, and I'm lucky to have to be able to train very, very nice horses.
What is the biggest difference between training in America and training over in Europe?
I don't think there's that big of a difference. I think at the end of the day, it's the same job. You have to win, and it's exactly the same. You have to be working hard, honest, showing up, positive, and try your best. And it's more and more. A single guy cannot really be successful anymore. You have to have a team of people around you. You have to have agents.
Talk to the mic, will you?
I'll try. You have to have agents around you to find you the right horses, the right wiseboard. You have to have...
Wow, Brett's getting a lot of plugs in the show. I mean, really.
It's very popular. And you have to have the right people around you, the right team. It's very difficult for one single guy to be successful anymore. The one few... somebody like Shug McGee was an amazingly talented trainer. I'm not sure you will have another Shug McGee in 20 or 30 years.
Well, there aren't that many private train. I mean, Shug obviously has some other owners, but primarily it's the Phipps and Stuart Janney as well, and he's managed to do incredibly well with them.
And I mean, it's not just about a private job. It's just somebody who's on his own and doing everything on his own. It's becoming more and more of a team to take care of your owners, to take care of the sales, to take care of the entries, the jocks. There's a lot of things going on. We're busy people. We work hard.
I know you do work hard.
All of us.
All of you. Now, one of your ex-assistants is Ben Colebrook, who's actually doing well in Kentucky. You worked for Shug at one time. Is it kind of neat to see people who work for you that do well on their own?
I think it's great. Ben is doing wonderful. He's in Lexington and doing great. He's winning all over the place. Arnaud Delacour at Fairhill, ex-assistant, doing great, winning all over the place. I have another assistant who's in Saudi, who's a leading trainer in Saudi, called Nicolas Bachelard. But 2 or 3 guys work for me who are in France doing great, called Charles Bourdin, Kevin Bourgeon, and I'm very proud of that.
As you should be. It's fun to be in Saratoga, isn't it? Look at this. It's not even opening day. It's the night before. We've got a big crowd here. They all came out to see you, Christophe. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
We're going to take another break. Before we go to break, I got to read something. Stay with us as we come right back. At the Post Live is brought to you by the Saratoga Hospital Foundation. Together, we support community health.